Okay, Merciless Vaughn here with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And in this one is going to be the Cang Dune versus the 7th Anniversary Uyru. I recently did a video on the 7th Anniversary Uyru for a 1 year later showcase, and he's still a relatively good unit. This time I'm going to put him up against the 1000 Year Blood War Cang Dune to see who comes out on top. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to this channel or you've been here for a while, subscribe and help me get to 300 subscribers. I'm making my way there. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so here we have the Cang Dune. I won't go over this character too much in detail because I did in his initial showcase and other versus videos I've done on him. But he is a Quincy Sternreader speed affiliation unit with the Hollow Killer. I only have the one copy and that SP is at level 10. He has a new soul trait status element spiritual pressure boost plus 40%. And because this character does have the 80% status spiritual pressure boost, he's able to have his go up to 120%, which is really good. He is a melee unit with frost on all of his abilities except his SA2. His SA2 does have the barrier and he does have the multi-barrier skill, so he will have 5 hits on his barrier and everybody else in the party will have 3 hits. He does have the gauge effect, which will give him frenzy +1, and this unit, the gauge will also give him sprinter +2, as you can see. But the most notable thing is the frenzy +1, because this unit does have frenzy +2. So while the gauge is active, you will have frenzy +3, and paired with the gauge rampage skill, you will be getting that gauge back very, very fast. And he does start off missions with 70% of his gauge already filled, which is a good skill. Let's see, he does have Marauder, which is good. And for the bonus abilities, I gave him full stamina damage boost, as you can see here, and the plus 200 SP. So overall, on paper, this character does seem really, really strong, and he is only immune to the poison status element, which is okay. I find being immune to one status element better than not being immune to anything a lot more, just reliable instead of not being immune to anything. And yeah, we can go ahead and take a quick look at the Uyru. I won't go much detail into this character because I did in his initial showcase and I've done multiple versus videos on him. But he is a human and Quincy affiliation unit. He has 2 killers, a ranker, no affiliation, which is great. Any unit having 2 killers is good. I do have 3 copies, but I will be taking these extra stats off just to make it a pretty much fair comparison. And with those off, he's now, only left with the SP. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time -12%, melee unit with weakening and drain on all of his abilities, and he has the debuff on his soul bomb. This unit also has the gauge effect, but he gets berserker 100% and decreased damage taken 50%. He recovers stamina in between stages 20%. Both units have the increased status of a chance against power attribute enemies. I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the Cang Dune, but both of these units have it, so they will be inflicting their status elements a lot more often than characters that, don't have this skill. And yeah, so with the drained and increased status element chance and recover stamina, this unit has some very good sustain. He just has a lot of healing built into his kit, which is something I really, really like. Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds. He also increases speed, character, strong attack damage by 20%. Guard break plus hitting enemies. So yeah, overall he's coming up on 2 years old. He's still a really, really great unit, and his strong attacks aren't bad as well. Let's see, what else can we talk about here? Oh, the bonus abilities. The bonus abilities that I gave this unit are going to be full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 SP. And as for the builds that I'm going to be using for this unit, I'm going to be using the Cape Fastener, Fortification Pill, and the Quincy Cross. Since both of the units are Quincy's, the accessories will be the same. And since they're both, speed units, the links will be as well, which are going to be some strong attack, recharge time, reduction, full stem links. Except for the Shinji, he just has a, 30% full stem link. And the bonus abilities I'd already talked about. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the character skills, accessories, strong attacks, and bonus abilities. Let's jump into some content to see what they can do. Alright, so here we are in a co-op inheritance trial. It is Quincy enemies this time around, so neither one of these units will have killer. And yeah, we're going to start off with the Uryu here, you know, just because all of the accessories and links were already on this unit. So this Uryu is not immune to any status element, so if you do get inflicted with a status element, you'll just be pretty much, you know, take some damage. Especially if it's like a frozen or paralysis status element that is, you know, currently up right now, which is paralysis. You can get stunned and potentially die from one of the enemies, because IT enemies do lots of damage. So not being immune to any status elements is, you know, just not all that bad for this unit, because he does have a lot of healing built into his kit, so I really don't mind it. You just have to be careful around these certain status elements like paralysis and freeze, since you really won't be able to move and you can get kind of caught. But we did take some damage there, but since we move into another stage, we easily heal that damage that we took back. So yeah, I am okay with this unit not being immune to anything, since his healing is just insane. His soul bomb, actually, I'll only show the soul bombs once. We've already seen the soul bombs plenty of times before. So here we are going into another run. I'll do a couple of runs for each unit, but I won't be showing this unit soul bomb anymore, since we've already seen it once in the video. And this Uryu, now that I think about it, is not a bad support unit. He does help heal your teammates, and he also does increase their strong attack damage by 20%. So this is just a really good all-rounder unit. He supports the team and he does good damage himself. But yeah, no complaints about this unit really. His SA1 is the 3000 length beam with the 1020 width, which is one of the best strong attacks in the game in my opinion. He's also really good for guild quests, but not as much as some units, because he doesn't have any real crowd control. But if you are able to inflict those status elements to weaken the enemies, then they really won't be doing that much damage. But yeah, this unit is coming up on 2 years old, and yeah, he's going to have... Any unit with the gauge effect really is just going to have good longevity. Like just having drain, weakening, increased status element chance. You really can't complain about a unit like this. And as you can see there, I did get inflicted with the paralysis status effect, and I just did die. So yeah, you gotta be careful around those certain status elements. Alright, so this time we're going to be using the Cang in these runs. He is immune to the poison status element, so you got to be careful with the paralysis pool that is on the ground in the current IT. Another thing I forgot to mention about this unit, he does have 40% damage increase to frozen enemies. So when you do freeze an enemy, you are going to be doing 40% more damage to them. So pretty good skill to have. But I think the enemies will just practically die in one hit or so. So you might not really be able to take advantage of this skill in IT. A skill like this could definitely work great in guild quests and, you know, limit breaker quests, which I did do a video using this unit in the limit breaker quest. And he did really well. So he was kind of the best in slot unit. So this unit does have some pretty good strong attacks, but see there, since we didn't have our barrier up, we did take some hits, so we lost our full stem, and we don't have a way to heal. So I guess we can take a look at this unit's damage without his full stem. I'll try not to get hit in the next run. We did freeze those enemies in the back. There we go. I don't think his soul bomb won't go through many ways in the last room, so I'll still play it out just to get it in the video, and then I'll just skip it the next run. Alright, so here we are. This is more than likely going to be the last run for the video. I've pretty much just shown everything that I can between these units and the current IT. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The Cang and the Uyru are definitely the top speed units in the game. What I do have to say about the Cang is he's kind of more of a glass cannon unit. He's just built for damage, rather Uyru is just a, you know, well all-around unit. He heals, he supports the team, and he's able to do damage. And kind of unit like that is just, you know, my playstyle really. I don't mind like just the amount of healing that he does. I do say the Cang does do more damage, but you might think differently. Maybe you think the Uyru might do more damage, but you know, just with the gauge effect, the frenzy +3 that you can get while the gauge is active, freezing the enemies and doing 40% more damage to them. Yeah, I can say the Cang does do more damage. But I also do like the Uyru as well. The only downside really is, you know, he's not immune to any status element. So if you do get caught in a paralysis pool or a freeze pool, you can just kind of get hit by the bosses or enemies and just die. Alright, so that was a brief showcase of these units kind of side by side. Overall, yeah, both of these units are definitely the top tier speed units in the game. I guess you could say the Cang is probably like top 3, while the Uyru is still top 5. Also, yeah, both of their skills are great. Their strong attacks are good. They both have the gauge effect and the increased status element chance against the attribute they are strongest against, which is a skill I really prefer on a lot of units. The Cang he has the status element spiritual pressure boost skill, and he's able to get that up to 100% because of his new soul trait, which is an additive, you know, 40% on top of the 80 that he has. So he is more of a damaging unit, while the Uyru is a more support / you know, all-around unit. He heals, he increases your party strong attack, and he also does heal your party as well in between the stages. And so yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know who you think is better in your opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching as well. And as usual, until next time.